All right, I was just about to go outside with my family and pick a pumpkin from the local pumpkin patch, but it's raining out there, thunder, so I'm in here playing chess puzzles. So let's give it a try. Okay, so random puzzles. All right, the queen is well defended here. So what can I do? I'm down a little bit of material. Okay, I do have a bishop attacking the queen, so I could look for discoveries. So I'm going to go all the way over here and check. So what can he do about that? So if I call check and he moves his king, I win the queen. If he blocks the check with his queen, I still win the queen. If he blocks the check any other way, I win the queen. So let's win the queen. So check and take the queen. Okay, let's try another puzzle. All right, this one's almost immediate. Just rip that king wide open and checkmate him. Okay, let's try another one. This looks pretty complicated. A lot going on. So that pawn is attacked 3 times. It's defended 3 times, but the knight is pinned. So it's not really defended 3 times. So if I took that pawn with my rook, I'd be pinning his queen, threatening to win it. So he would want to take back with his rook, but then my other backup rook would take it, pinning his queen again and winning the queen. Is there anything he can do to stop this? So check, not check, but attack the queen. He can check me here, and then if I took his rook, then he can take my rook. But then I get his rook. So I'd be up material after that. So I think that's it. So we're going to take the pawn, and then pin the queen, and then take the queen. Okay. All right, that was it. Let's try another one. All right, so I have a bishop pointed at the king, so let's look for a discovery check here. I can't attack either rook with the knight. I can get a double check. What else can I do? I can win a pawn. I'm down material, though. I have to be careful. He doesn't really have any threats of his own. I can leave this configuration here. I can maybe attack the knight. Got a double check back here. No, I've got a discovery where I can hit his knight instead of a rook. So is there any way he can stop that? So knight moves here, check. King can't come up and defend the knight, so I'm going to win the knight. Then I'll have 2 pieces for a rook, which should be, and an extra pawn too. That should be enough material to win. So let's go for that. Check and win the knight. So I was focused on winning one of his rooks, but just win his knight. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so materials equal opposite colored bishops. So first thing that comes to my mind is this check. You're always looking for checks, right? In fact, doesn't that just win his bishop? He has to leave protection of his bishop. So then the question is, can he break through over here fast and queen? So d5, check, king takes d5, king takes bishop. You can move to a3. It looks kind of dangerous. Because if I take on a3, he takes back on a3. I don't think I can stop that pawn from queening. This bishop would be useful, except this pawn is blocking it. So check, take the bishop, Move the pawn forward. Move my king out of the way. Pawn goes forward again. My pawn goes forward. This goes forward. Yeah, mine does queen first. No, it queens second, but it queens with check. And then I have an extra bishop. So his king would be on the run. I have more material. So yeah, I think we're going to win the bishop. We're both going to queen. But then I'll have the extra bishop. And I'll have the move. I'll be putting him in checks. Let's go for that. All right, the puzzle stopped. I'm curious what the engine thinks here. Yeah, he can queen in different ways. Let's say he goes like this. So he wins the race to queening, but then I queen with check. And this should be a pretty easy win with the extra bishop here. Okay, maybe I'm overanalyzing it. Just win the piece. All right, so next. All right, very vulnerable king. He has no squares. I have to be forceful, otherwise he might get a perpetual check on my king. So I want to keep this queen building a wall back here. I want to push this pawn check, force his king up, and then I want to mate him here. Looks pretty easy. Check and mate. Let's try another one. Okay, it's about to queen a pawn. He's vulnerable on this square, so queen takes, check. King goes in the corner, queen goes here, mate. So mate in two. Okay, we don't care about his passed pawn, we just mate. Okay, let's try another one. So my rook is facing his queen. Material's equal. He's attacking my knight. If he wins my knight, I get his knight. Okay, what to do? I've got discoveries on his queen. Although I would have to move my knight back to guard my rook. So I can move it here and attack the queen and the rook simultaneously. So he moves the queen somewhere and then I take his rook. Probably moves it to protect his rook, and I win the exchange. I seem to be pretty well defended over here, so let's go for that. Let's go for the exchange. And that was it. Okay, let's try just one more. Okay, so what's going on here? So materials equal. Nothing's been traded at all. All the pieces are on the board. He moved his knight here, which just left protection of this pawn, so looks like I have this move. Yeah, this one's pretty easy because I'm forking the queen and bishop, and his queen would have to leave protection of his bishop, and I would get a free bishop. So let's go for it. I don't see anything else. That square's defended. I don't think bishop takes h7 check is going to work. So let's win the material. Okay. By the way, my knight is trapped in there. So what would happen? How do I get it out? Okay, so the engine's suggesting e4 at this point. Yeah, what if he goes back to attack the knight? Then it gets out. Okay. And he can't come up here to attack the knight because I'd have that fork. So that's why the engine suggested e4. All right, well, thanks for watching the tactics. Hope you enjoyed them.